A very good evening to all of you. I hope I am clearly audible and visible. So this session will be highly beneficial for all PG exam students who are preparing for different PG exams, as well as for all second year MBBS students who are going to give their prof exams. So this is an important topic which can become a theory question as well as a important viva questions, like what are the importance of different ages. So this is what we are going to cover today. Okay. So before starting the session, a quick review of Unacademy NEET PG live platform, where you get daily live classes. The courses are structured prior hand, and for the entire duration of subscription, a user gets unlimited access to all the courses, the recorded content as well as the live sessions. Then you can avail this iconic subscription. Then you get free live tests every day at 9 p.m. and at 8 p.m. These are free for all the students. About free live classes, tomorrow, that is on 29th December, I will have my free live session in Unacademy platform in the app from 12 to 1, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. And all the free live classes you can avail from by going to my profile, and in my profile you will see this special classes section. So under a special class, all the free classes are present. Then there is a target next 2022 batch targeting your NEET PG 2022, and this is the evening batch in which the sessions are from 3 to 5 p.m., 5:30 to 7:30, and 8 to 10 p.m. with half an hour interval. And the session will be completed all your 19 subjects by May 2021. It has already started. So this is the faculty list of different 19 subjects, and you can use this code to get a discount FMT10 for any Unacademy subscription. How to download the app? Just search for Unacademy Learning app, go to NEET PG segment, and then for subscribing you can either select the plus subscription or a iconic subscription depending on your need. Then you have to select the duration and then apply the code and done. So let us start with the topic for today. Medico-legal importance, MLI, shortly called as MLI of ages. This is a very important topic for second year exams. So first question which comes to my mind is, what are the criminal responsibilities at different ages? That is the question. So according to the age, when is a person criminally responsible, when he is not? So we have these sections like 82 IPC says a child less than, all of you can put your queries in the live chat window. A child less than 7 years is not responsible for any of his acts as per 82 IPC. As per 83 IPC, what this IPC says, a child between 7 to 12 years is not responsible if sufficient maturity of understanding has not been achieved by the child. Means developmental delays are there. So sufficient maturity of understanding, if it is not present, of understanding the nature and consequences of an act, of understanding has not developed. And this, whether it is present or not, who decides this thing, whether a child is having sufficient maturity to understand the nature and consequences of an act? This is decided by the judge in the courtroom. So the child can get benefit, even child between 7 to 12 years. This is to be remembered. Now there is a exception of this 82 IPC. What is that exception? Under Railways Act, what is written is a child less than 12 years, any child who is less than 12 years is responsible for which act? Is responsible for damaging railway property, for damaging any railway property. Now what do you mean by responsibility of such a child? This does not mean that the child will put in prison. This simply means that the parents of the child will be called by railway police and they will have to sign an affidavit mentioning a bond amount which will be submitted if the child is found doing that activity another time. Okay. So even here under Railways Act, this does not mean that the child is responsible, so child will be put behind bars. This simply means that the parents or guardians of the child will be called and they will sign an affidavit that if the child repeats the offense again at any time, now the parents will submit that bond amount to the railway police. No lower age limit is defined. This is also to be remembered. No lower limit is defined under Railways Act. What is defined as a child less than 12 years is responsible for damaging railway property. So this is a type of exception to 82 IPCs, because 82 IPC says a child less than 7 years is not responsible for any of his acts. So this is one area which is an important question zone. Then second important question zone is, what are the different issues with respect to consent and age of a person? So let us quickly revise. A very good evening to all of you. Very good evening. Chalo. Now, regarding consent, a child less than 12 years, you all know, he cannot consent. He cannot consent legally. Then any child between 12 to 18, between 12 to 18 years, can give consent for procedures not known to cause harm to the child. Like, can give consent for procedures like general physical examination, GP. General physical examination is not known to cause any harm as such. So the child between 12 to 18 can give his or her consent. And when a person is more than 18 years old, he can give his consent for any medical or surgical procedure. Consent for any interventions, medical or surgical. So this is to be remembered. Another important area from which questions are asked. Now regarding consent, also remember that if you are examining a rape victim, so regarding rape victim, remember few lines, that if the victim is less than 12 years, what should the doctor do? Call the guardians, call the parents of the child. If the child is between 12 to 18 years, now consent can be taken for general physical examination, but for swabbing to be kept and any other thing which is essential as a part of the requirement. Now for those procedures, you need the age of the victim to be more than 18. So in that situation also, consent can be taken for general physical examination, but for swabbing to be kept and any other procedure where you think that the child won't be able to give the consent, now call the guardians if the child is between 12 to 18. But in general, consent of this child will be valid in the eyes of law. And if the victim is more than 18 years old, yes, only her consent is valid for any procedure or any swabbing technique, any swabs to be preserved. Now regarding this examination of victim, always remember we have a guidelines given by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and this guidelines came in 2014 itself. According to the guidelines, this guideline is for examination of survivors of sexual assault. So these guidelines say treatment can't be denied by the doctor. You as a doctor cannot deny treatment to the victim. If the victim has come with a OPD card, and suppose the victim is 13-year-old, obviously she has come to the hospital for treatment, so you will treat her. You cannot escape the treatment, because the victim of 13-year-old can make a OPD card, and that will give her implied consent for general physical examination. So consent of a 13-year-old for treatment is valid, be it the case of rape offense. As a doctor, we need to treat the patient if she needs urgent treatment, okay, because she has already come to the hospital for treatment only. But for examination, if the victim is refusing the examination, you cannot touch the victim. First of all, you will do a psychological counseling, and that is your important AIMS question, 2 years back to back, 2 times back to back, in June also and in November also. So if the victim is refusing for consent, do the psychological counseling. Even then she is not consenting, take a written informed refusal for your own safety, okay. Now whenever there is conflict of consent, like if the victim is not giving the victim is giving the consent, but the parents are raising a concern that we don't want the examination to be done, so there is a conflict of consent. So in such situations, the doctor should refer the case to the police. Police will inform the court, and the final verdict will come from court. And that is the scenario in those situations also, when where the victim is denying the examination. Police refers the case to court, where judge directs that the examination has to be done, and then the examination will be done on court's order. Okay. So this is all about consent. Now coming to the important procedures, whose consent is needed in which procedure. Like for medical termination of pregnancy, consent is needed of a female more than 18 years old. Then for sterilization, as such there is no law except our Indian Medical Council Act, in which many points are there, and there is a specific point 7.2, which says that consent of both husband and wife is needed for any sterilization procedure like vasectomy or tubectomy. Then for any artificial reproductive techniques or artificial insemination procedure, again consent of both husband and wife is needed. Both husband and wife. So remember these important procedures, okay? 1, 2 and 3. So today's class is a theoretical class. अब आते हैं employment पे. Now here, which question came in your all India exams? So always remember this important question, and this is a child less than 14 years cannot be employed in any factory, cannot be employed in a factory to do a job according to Factories Act 1948. According to Factories Act 1948. So this to be remembered in terms of, so this question can be asked in your viva, like what is the medical legal importance of 14 years of age? So this is the medical legal importance. A child less than 14 years cannot be employed in any factory according to Factories Act. And this was asked last year in your all India exams too. Now regarding marriage, you all must be knowing, Marriage is a contract between a male and a female which implies sexual union. So for marriage, the age of marriage for males is 21 years and for females it is 18 years, the legal age of marriage in India. Now come to specific ages and let us cover all the important points one by one. Now what is the medical legal importance of? We will start from the extreme age 70 to 7. Okay. So I will cover the ages from 17 to 7 years. So what is the medical legal importance of 70 years of age? The members of National Commission, members of National Commission. What is National Commission? National Commission, State Commission and District Commissions are made under Consumer Protection Act to safeguard the interest of any consumer. That consumer can be a patient also. So members of National Commission, what is the age? They should be less than 70 years of age. What should be the age of members of State Commission? In a similar manner, they should be of age less than 67 years. And then the members of District Commission under Consumer Protection Act, their age should be less than 65 years. National Commission can look after compensation cases amounting to more than 10 CR. State Commission more than 1 CR to 10 CR, and District Commission up to 1 CR, up to 1 CR. So these are our new changes in Consumer Protection Act 2019 in terms of compensation amount. Earlier it was for District Commission it was up to 20 lakhs, for State Commission it was more than 20 to 1 CR, and for National it was more than 1 CR. Now the amount of compensation has been increased drastically. So can be asked in any upcoming exam. Now what is the medical legal importance of 60 years? This you all know. This is the age of retirement from government service. Age of retirement from government service in India. Now come to this 35 years of age. This is important from any exam point of view. Now why it is important? So this is the minimum age for appointment as which authorities? For appointment as President of India, Vice President of India, or Governor of any state. So this is the first importance. Then another importance of 35 years is no prenatal diagnostic technique to be conducted on a female who is less than 35 years of 35 years of age, according to PCPNDT Act, Preconception and Prenatal Diagnostic Technique Act, according to PCPNDT Act. Now age of oocyte donor must not be less than 21 years of age or more than 35 years of age. So this is to be remembered, 21 to 35 is the age of oocyte donor. Similarly, you should remember age of a sperm donor. What is the age range? So it must not be less than 21 or more than 45 years of age. So 21 to 45 is the age of sperm donor. For oocyte donor it is 21 to 35. These are the new areas from which new questions will be framed in upcoming exams. Okay, and these are important viva questions also. So this is the medico-legal importance of your 35 years of age. Now come to 30 years of age. What is the MLI of 30 years of age? So this is the minimum age for election. At which levels? Election to Rajya Sabha. At the center and your Vidhan Parishad at the state level, which is also called as State Legislative Council. State Legislative Council. What is the MLI of 35 years? In the same way, this is the minimum age for election to Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha. That is your State Legislative Assembly. Okay. So till now we have covered between 17 to 70 to 25. These are the important points. One line regarding each ages is important. Done till here. Let us move forwards. Come to 21. This is also important. Medico-legally. Why? This is the age of marriage for males in India. Age of marriage for males in India. And this is the age of majority. Age of majority. In which cases? Where a minor is under, when a minor is under court guardianship, under guardianship of court. So there the majority is not 18 years. There the majority is achieved at 21 years of age. So this can become a potential question any day. In total, the age of majority is 18 years, except this situation, when a minor was previously under guardianship of court. So when he will achieve 21 years of age, he will be referred to as he has achieved the age of majority. Now what is the MLI of 20 years? This is an interesting one. This says when a person sells or distributes any obscene material. Obscene means gandi cheezein. Obscene material like obscene books, obscene CDs to a person less than 20 years of age. It is a punishable offense. So this whole is an offense in law under 293 IPC. So this is a punishable offense under 293 IPC. You cannot sell or distribute obscene materials to any person less than 20 years of age. If that person goes to nearest police station with a proper evidence, a FIR will be lodged against the accused under 293 IPC. Now come to this 18 years, the most important question zone, and let us cover all the things in detail regarding 18 years and its importance. So first thing is, this is the age of marriage for females in India. Age of marriage for females in India. Then this is in total the age of majority, and remember that exception of 21 years when the minor was under court guardianship. So this is the age of majority overall. This is the age of voting in India, 18 years. This is the age of consent for any procedure. For any procedure. When the person has achieved the age of 18 years, he can give his or her consent for any procedures. This is the age which is important in terms of statutory rape. Now what is a statutory rape? In these situations, consent issue does not arise. So when consent issue does not arise, when the age of the victim is less than 18 years of age. This victim can be either a married victim or an unmarried victim. So for both of them, now the age is less than 18 years of age. So this is what we mean by statutory rape. Consent issue does not arise. Even if you show a valid consent that the victim has given her consent, that consent issue does not arise when the age becomes less than 18 years. Then another important thing is abetment of suicide of a person less than 18 years is a punishable offense under anyone? This is a punishable offense under which IPC? Abetment of suicide of a person less than 18 years old or a person who is insane, who is mentally ill. This is a punishable offense under 305 IPC. For all other people, like any adult, the IPC section applicable for abetment of suicide is 306. But for person less than 18 or a mentally ill person, the IPC applicable is 305. Okay. Then this is the age, which is the age of consent for organ donation also. This is to be remembered, age of consent for organ donation. A person more than 18 years of age can give his or her consent for organ donation. Okay. Who is a child in India? Child is a person less than 18 years old. Child is a person less than 18 years old. According to which act? According to POCSO Acts, Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, and second one is your Juvenile Justice Act. So these are two important acts where the first line of the act is like this: a child is a person less than 18 years old in India. Legally, this is the legal age. So 18 years to be remembered, it is very important. Now come to another topic where ages are very important, and this was asked by many students that please cover kidnapping and abduction. What are all the sections related to it? So let us quickly cover them. So these are your sections from 359 to 369 IPCs related to kidnapping and abduction. So what is 359 IPC? This says kidnapping is defined in 359. Okay, kidnapping is defined in 359. How it is defined? Kidnapping is kidnapping of a female less than 18 years and a male less than 16 years. And they can be kidnapped from India, like if the person is trying to take away the person out of Indian boundaries. So this is the offense defined in 360 IPC. If you try to kidnap the person from India and if you try to take away the person from lawful guardianship, then this is particularly defined in 361 IPC. So in total, these three IPCs, 59, 60 and 61, they define the act of kidnapping. Correct? So here comes the ages. Kidnapping is kidnapping of a female less than 18-year-old and a male less than 16-year-old. Okay. Then comes 362 IPC. After 361 will come 362. So this defines abduction. Now what do you mean by abduction? Abduction means taking away a person by force, जबरदस्ती करके या फिर झूठ बोलकर. Deceitful means झूठ बोलकर. of any age. So here age is not important. What is important is the motive. So if the person has been taken away by force or by deceitful means, this is referred to as abduction, under which IPC? 362. Okay. So these are our definitions of kidnapping and abduction. Now come to punishments. Punishment for kidnapping is defined in 363 IPC. Don't remember the quantum of punishment, just remember the IPCs. So punishment for kidnapping is under 363, and then there is one subsection, 363A. This says, I will define the punishment for kidnapping for either begging purpose, if the kidnapping was done for भीख मंगाने के लिए, begging, or kidnapping was done for maiming a person. Maiming means हाथ पैर काट देना, to cut away the limbs. And why maiming was needed? For begging itself, for begging purpose. So these are punishable offences under 363A. Overall, the punishment for kidnapping is in 363. Then comes 364 IPC. This says, whenever kidnapping or abduction, K for kidnapping, A for abduction, was done for murder, motive was murdering the person. So this is a punishable offence under 364. If the kidnapping or abduction was done for ransom, to get money, this is offence under 364A. So whenever kidnapping or abduction was done for ransom. इसके बाद आता है 365. This says, whenever kidnapping or abduction has been done to wrongfully and secretly confine a person. So this is a punishable offence under 365. Then comes 366. This is kidnapping or abduction or inducing a female for marriage. Inducing a female for either marriage or illicit intercourse activities. So this is a punishable offence under 366. So right from 359 we have covered till 366. 2 or 3 more IPCs are there in relation to kidnapping and abduction. So 66 तक हो गया. Let us move on. 366A and B are there. 366A and 366B. Now 366A says, whoever is procuring a female less than 18 years for illicit intercourse, this is a punishable offence under 366A IPC. On the other hand, 366B says importation of a female less than 21 years either from foreign country or from Jammu and Kashmir state. This is a punishable offence mentioned under 366B. The purpose is here also for illicit intercourse activity. For illicit intercourse activity. Khatam. Then comes 367, 68 and 69. 3 are left. So 67 says, whenever kidnapping or abduction has been done for slavery or to produce grievous hurt to a person. So this is punishable under 367. GH means grievous hurt. We have 8 clauses of grievous hurt under 320 IPC. Then comes 368. Whoever is wrongfully confining a person and concealing this fact or helping the person in wrongful confinement. Okay. So wrongfully confining and concealing of a fact that a person has been detained. This is offense under 368. And 369 is the last one of this series. This says kidnapping or abduction of child less than 10 years. Less than 10 years with the intention to steal the child from its person, means from its guardians or whoever was taking care of the child. You have stolen a child less than 10 years for the purpose of kidnapping or abduction. So this is offense under 369 IPC. So 259 to 369, they are basically related to which offenses? Kidnapping and abduction. I hope it is clear. Revise it once and things will become simple. Okay. So till now we have covered the medico-legal importance of 18 years also, 16 years also in between with the help of sections, and 10 years also. So 10 years वाला कौन सा है? 369 IPC. Now comes your medico-legal importance of 7 years of age, which we have covered. 82 IPC is there, which says a child less than 7 years is not responsible for any of his acts. And if a child is less than 5 years, and suppose husband and wife, they want a divorce, this child will live with whom? Mother or father? The law says a child less than 5 years, the custody of the child is given to mother when the age of the child is less than 5 years. So in a nutshell, we have covered the MLI of 72 7 years, not only 7 years, 5 years also. So revise this topic before your university exams. This is an important topic, and this comes as a long notes also. And from this, many questions are asked in all the PG and FMG exams. And tomorrow also I have a session where I will cover your MLI of gender or sex. What are the medico-legal importances of genders, which you need to know. So tomorrow the YouTube session will be from same timing, at same timing, 8 to 8:30 p.m. And tomorrow I have a free live class also, free spatial class from 12 to 1 p.m. And this session I will dedicate again for covering your practical Viva portion. So it will be helpful for PG and FMG exams too, practical Viva exams. It will be available for infinity. Okay, Makwana. The YouTube session will be available for infinity. Any other thing which you want to cover me like in January month, do let me know in my Telegram group. Chalo then, bye bye. Bye bye. See you all tomorrow at 12 to 1 and then 8 to 8:30.